This is a quick walkthrough of AE Spell Checker. To get to it, just click up top, Window, then Extensions, then AE Spell Checker, and the panel will open. You can dock it if you want, but I like to keep it floating and open and close it as I need it. This tool scans text layers inside of After Effects, finds likely misspellings, and gives you suggestions so you can clean up your comps fast without manually hunting through every text layer. The panel is pretty straightforward. By default, it opens up with Ignore Hidden Layers and Ignore Locked Layers checked. There's also an option to only scan selected layers. With the comp open, press Scan Active Comp, and it will go through all your text layers and find words that are misspelled. Underneath is the Suggestions box, which will show up to 5 suggestions for each word. Make sure to take a look at these because although the first word is typically right, it's not always right for your specific scenario. If the box ever says no suggestions, it just means the suggestion engine couldn't find a close enough match, but the word is still being flagged for not being in the current dictionary. The suggestions are always shown in lowercase, but when you hit replace, it will keep the casing. And as long as your text layer is a single style, single font text layer, hit replace and it will swap out the word. Then you can keep going through your list, fixing all the words in your project. The checkbox that says Force Highlight Visibility is useful if you have text layers with effects or layer styles that affect color, like a fill. When you scan the comp, you won't be able to see the highlight colors because effects take precedence over text effectors, and all these highlights are created with text effectors. So all you have to do is check the box, and the effects or layer styles will temporarily be disabled. Now you can go through the list and see which words are misspelled. To get your effects back, either uncheck the box or click Reload. If the scanner finds more than 10 misspellings on one text layer, you'll notice that the global highlights for that layer will be disabled. If you'd like to manually disable the global highlights for all text layers, you can click this checkbox. This eyeball icon will hide all the checkboxes in order to save on vertical space. Another cool feature of this extension is how it navigates to the misspelled words. When a word in the list is clicked, it navigates the timeline to the center of the text layer where that word is misspelled. It'll also scan precomps one level deep. So as you can see, we just jumped inside a precomp. And then if I keep clicking through the list, it's going to jump back into the main comp. For proper nouns, brand names, or any words that the spell checker flags as being misspelled, but actually aren't misspelled, there is a custom dictionary. So for the word Pixar that keeps coming up here, you can click this button and add it to the custom dictionary. Now you'll see if I rescan, the word is no longer flagged. To get to the dictionary, you can either right-click the button down here, or you can click on the icon up top that looks like a book. You can add as many words as you want, just make sure to list them one word per line with no spaces or punctuation. You can also import and export your own text files. Just don't forget to click Save after editing the list. The main limitation with this extension is more of an After Effects gotcha. You'll notice that this text layer has 2 different font sizes in it. So if you go to replace the word inside, it jumps to make the text layer all one text size. So that's the main reason for this undo button. If that happens, just click undo, and then what we recommend is to use the spelling inside the suggestions box as a guide and manually type in the fix. Another thing you can do in this scenario is copy and paste, but that is actually the second gotcha. If you copy a word from inside this box, you actually need to leave After Effects and then come back in and paste. This is a limitation with how CEP panels handle the copy and paste commands inside of After Effects. The gear icon opens a new panel to edit the global and selected highlight colors. This is useful when the default colors clash with your project's text coloring. Grayscale UI will remove the green and blue color from the main panel. Reset Preferences will reset to all default settings. This includes the colors, checkboxes on the main panel, and the Grayscale UI box. Copy Diagnostics copies pertinent information if you're contacting support, so make sure to copy this and send it along if you have any questions. This extension currently supports 3 languages: English US, English UK Strict, and Spanish. As a quick example, if you have English US selected and you scan this comp, you'll see the words in the UK column will be flagged as misspelled. If you switch to English UK Strict and rescan, you'll see that now the US column of words is flagged. The Spanish dictionary is much larger than the English dictionaries because it contains more valid word forms and variations. Because of this, you may notice it runs a bit slower. Also, due to file size and speed optimization, it may offer fewer suggestions because the suggestion engine is based only on the most common Spanish words and not the full dictionary. But we do have a few special rules set up for Spanish that will catch things like common join split errors and common missing accents. My recommendation is to use the AE spell checker as a review pass, especially before client delivery. Remember, not every flagged word will be a mistake. Proper nouns, product names, slang, and stylized copy can all get flagged even when they're intentional. If you're on the fence about purchasing, download the trial and test it out.